Oh, when you're selling something, get home by then, just figure out any company.
And me,
And me.
competition down there.
Right on time. 25 seconds.
Yeah. Been having health insurance, right? So
Huh?
your health insurance, right? You're looking at craziness.
No, you got it, you know, I got it. Go ahead. We just got it.
Only the important.
We just got a question. The question.
Here's one, a second, everybody wants a second. You need to be gracious.
Oh, well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Make the chair.
Yeah. Bill, ready? All right, I'd like to call the meeting in order. And Lenny, if you would open us up, please.
Heavenly Father, we just ask that you help lead and guide us into all truth, that we govern from a place of love, a place of respect. Bless everyone who sits in authority over us and help them to make good and just decisions in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Sorry.
Drummond,
Here.
Small,
Here.
Thompson,
Here.
Brady is absent, Gothier.
Here. Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes from October 19th, 2022 regular meeting and from the October 27th, 2022 special meeting. So moved. Support. Any additions or deletions to that? To the minutes? Any corrections needed? Motion on the floor, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Additions to the agenda. Anybody have additions?
Only personnel would like to have a second reason to have a full session for 214.
Okay, so that'll just gonna come under the request for full session. Okay,
We've already got it.
yeah. Anybody else have anything? Okay, moving on to public comment, 3 minutes per person, please identify yourself. Anybody have any public comment today? Oh, anybody up there online? Oh, okay, we'll move right on to no presentations today. Unfinished business, 2023-44 North health insurance rates. Jennifer?
Jennifer's up there if you have any questions for her.
Jennifer, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can't hear her then.
Can't hear you, can't hear her. Always do this. Got it.
She's got to unmute herself.
Can you unmute?
I just unmuted.
Go ahead now.
Are you able to hear me?
No.
Maybe Jen, because it doesn't look like she's muted on our end. We just
No.
can't hear.
I am on,
I mean,
hold on for a second.
see if John can
I
tell.
was
us
trying to monitor.
He is.
He said it was, go ahead, Castle. This is a fair point. She has a 15%. They gave other options, but the problem with this is they can treat it as if we had health insurance, but you know, they don't want to do it. It's my question.
Jennifer, John is saying it's on your end somehow because you're unmuted with us. There's some sort of disconnect. Do you want to sign out and try to sign back in maybe?
I can do that.
Or we can call you. Okay, she's gonna jump back on.
You're gonna get back on?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll move to the next item. It's our budget coordinator job description. In front of you guys have it. We need to omit one line item, back in 2021 when we, made this, coordinator position. We had the one line item that position is separate from any regular duties or compensation folder if already employed by Alcoa County. That needs to be removed because there's a problem with that in reporting to MERS. So we need a motion to remove.
I
get it.
Just the job description. All in favor? Anybody opposed? And then I would like to make a motion that the budget coordinator position and the budget coordinator assistant position be also for 2020, the year 2023. Approve that position for 2023.
Second.
Both positions.
Yep, both positions for 2023. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, that's done. You get her?
Can you hear us? Can we hear you now?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hey,
thank you.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
I guess I'll start off. I was not here 2 weeks ago when you gave the presentation. So when I look at what our cost increase is, staying with our current plan and all that, my question is, explain hard cap.
The hard cap, the trend for medical this year was about a 10% increase. Hard cap, I want to say did not even increase by 3%. So it didn't really balance itself out. The increase with the medical came in higher than what the increase on the hard cap was. However, with that, the HSA plan, you are still under hard cap. Not by as much, but it's still a free to the employee plan.
So So we're better than going to hard cap in our current position.
Yep, we're still under hard cap for the HSA. Now, the HMO, the one that does not have the HSA benefit card that the employer contributes to. That one was previously under hard cap by quite a bit, and that is now above hard cap by $8.14 for a single, $19.54 for a two-person, and $24.42 for a family.
Okay, and we only have, Trina, we only have what, four or five?
It looks like 5. We have 3 singles and 2 double contracts on that plan. The majority of the enrollment is on that HSA.
It doesn't really.
So it really doesn't help, okay. Anybody else have, I mean, that answers my question. I guess we see that, you know, you gave us a couple options on some reduced cost, but that really is reducing the quality of health insurance we have, right?
Correct.
If we can afford it, to stay with what we got.
Yeah. And I guess the girls were telling us too that you would like to start an open enrollment when? For this, if we do approve this,
November 14th.
November 14th?
Yes, yep, November 14th in the morning.
Okay.
I would come present to the employees and go over all the benefits and then answer any questions that they might have.
Well, as we can see, it's a 15% increase, but I don't know. Keeping the quality insurance that we have for our employees. And all that, I think, I guess this is where our option is
Mhm.
for 2023.
And I think we don't have a catalog.
No, we don't. I mean, we have good health insurance, but it's not the greatest, but. At this, so total, we're looking at an $82,000 increase. Is that what that says?
Yep, combined for the 2 plans, yes.
So, and if that HMO goes down to 2 or 3, it's gonna change, I think. This year, but I think it's gonna go down some. It really doesn't affect anything, it just has less people in it, right?
Correct. The rates stay the same. Yep.
It's everybody's pleasure. We have a meeting coming up on the morning of the afternoon of the 14th, and she would like to start open enrollment on the 14th. So I think really we're at the point, the motion is ordered to accept 44 North quote for our health insurance in 2023. So move.
So, support.
So we have a motion on the floor. It's supported to accept 44 North health insurance plan for 2023. And, yeah,
Can we possibly clarify that motion that we're staying with the current deductibles and co-insurance? So it's just,
yeah, I think we're saying exactly what, as she's quoted, the current plan on the HSA and the current plan on the HMO.
Renewing the benefits as is.
Doing benefits as is. Questions? Roll call.
Small, Gothier,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Brumman.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's it. Hey, good to go. See you on the 14th.
All right, I'll see you on the 14th, and Trina and Stephanie, I'll be in communication, okay? Bye.
Noteworthy to recognize that we did attempt to go to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so everybody,
Walk into this.
yeah, so everybody in the audience knows we did try to get other quotes, and they did give us other options on different carriers, and it's just cannot get anything better than what we got, so that's what we're dealing with.
What we run into some of the different unions is their unions insurance deals with a larger group, and because we don't have a large group, we're at the mercy of a smaller situation. Because I guess they went to the Teamsters, and part of their argument was the number of employees.
Right.
If it doesn't add up in their favor, so.
Okay, moving on, I've just got this thing from Adam. We're gonna put it under new business after claims. And is allow the chair to sign the letter of support for the Harrisville Train Depot restoration. So we'll put that under, so the next thing up is claims. That's crossed off. Oh, okay. No, you can do it. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the pre-authorized claims and open claims presented for payment between October 19th, 2022 and November 1st, 2022 for e-check or check numbers 148998 to 148997 and e-check numbers 971 to 980 for a grand total of $411,627.80. Second.
I realize.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
Oh, yeah, there's something wrong on the numbers.
98 and 97.
Yeah. Whoops, you see that? It says check numbers 148998 to 148997.
Would you like to make an amended motion?
Yeah.
Doesn't even get one check.
So do you know
Well,
the
look
check
at that,
numbers?
please.
or
Well, yeah, they're on the report, so 148998 to 149085.
no? Okay, so I'd like to amend the motion to approve check numbers 148998 to 149085. And check numbers 971 to 980 for a grand total of $411,627.80. Thanks for catching that. Thanks for catching that. Good one, Carol. You did good. Motion on the floor, seconded. Roll call.
Brumman,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Small.
Yep.
Thompson.
Oh, thanks.
So we have this under the letter of support for the Harrisville Train Depot restoration. With someone that can make a motion to authorize the chair to sign.
So we know what it's.
Yep, but that's, it looks like it came. No, this is a letter from.
EDC.
Ask Becky's signature.
And this motion is for the chair to sign. Adam has asked.
Well, how can he sign something from Becky's?
That's all Adam is saying. I don't understand.
I'm in favor of it and all of that.
Maybe. I think that's, is that Becky's letter explaining what's going on? I wasn't here 2 weeks ago.
That was at the special meeting.
The special meeting, she
Yeah.
came in. So that's her letter asking for our
They
support.
didn't
Support, she
have a
needed a
letter.
letter of support so she
He
could.
needs a letter of support.
So then when Adam's out, is asking us is to make a motion to create the letter of support for the Harrisville Train
I'll make that motion.
restoration and allow Adam to sign it, right?
I'll make that motion. Because then she was there here presented.
Okay, that's what it is.
It's not that one.
So we have a motion in a second,
Second.
and we have a motion for a second. To create a letter of support for the Harrisville Train Depot restoration and allow Adam to sign it. Any other? All in favors? Opposed? Motion carried. Moving right along, finance report. Carol? Huh?
That's you.
Since I haven't been here.
There isn't a whole lot. The main thing we worked on while we had our special meeting last week for the non-general funds, there's about 10 funds that need to be completed for budget. And then everything that was spoke of in those meetings are, the changes are done. Now that you made a confirmation on your insurance, we'll review that, those numbers in the budgets. Anything outstanding that has not been input, and we'll have that at the November 14th meeting. all the numbers are in there for the general fund and all the other ones, with the exception of the ones that we're waiting on from Adam and the treasurer's office and a few other randoms. But other than that, everything is ready to go, to look at and review in the general ledger. If you want another book, I'd be more than happy to print it out and send it to you, or you can review them at your leisure on the computer. And if there's anything that you need as far as a comparative to prior years, I can put that together. I need a few days in advance, not the day before, to get those together for you. If there's anything in particular, I know there was a few different departments that had quite a bit of an increase. EDC was the biggest one with the ARPA funds going in for the broadband project. That's going to be one that will need a definite explanation to the auditors at the end of the year. There are a few other departments that requested more money for projects, the ARA site for improvements over the next 5 years, and then the probate public guardian. Other than that, there were not a whole lot of increases that were significant. Those were the ones, the big ones that stood out. DPW had a few things, increases for projects that needed to be done. Trying to rack them out of my.
Do you need letters from those areas? What do you need for those that have been increased for projects coming forward?
For those are all the information that was given to me is put in the computer into the budget section. And so when it comes to audit time, those can all be pulled up and all the references to why there was an increase, anything that had significant increases or anything over a certain amount.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I asked for justification and I've received the majority of those. So there isn't anything, and we have the minutes from all the ARPA funding and that went to the different areas. So everything is pretty much in place and identifiable in the general ledger in the BSNA program. And you can pull those attachments up and take a peek. And if you have a question, you can't find it, feel free to ask. That's really basically what we've been focusing on. As far as finance, and we're pretty good in the general ledger. 3 emails that have been for line transfers as of this morning. Other than that, everything's looking pretty good for the end of the year.
And you're just under finance, if I could just have one comment. I got back to the office Monday morning and went into BSNA and went into the general ledger. And when I started almost 5 years ago, started with finance with Carolyn. I mean, we spent countless hours, Carolyn did, and trying to teach me about red line items throughout the budget. And when I got into BSNA on Monday, went through the complete general ledger in 101, there was not one red line item, which is great to the budget coordinator, to all the departments. It really is nice to see. It's a big change in the last 4 years. As far as my personal opinion. Personnel.
Under the request to order closed session.
Okay, treasurers, anything else, Cheryl?
I don't have a whole lot. Revenues are looking like we're gonna have a good end of the year and a healthy start to 2023. We did receive the 2022 portion of the additional revenue sharing grant of 204,000, I believe. So that money has come in and it's earmarked in a certain line item. We do have to account for what we choose to pay out of that. And that will be, and we'll obviously have a single audit with the funds that have come in as we will pass the $750,000 threshold. The only other question would be if you have contacted the auditors for their services for 2022 audit, and if you could maybe someone have
Yeah, we
someone
do that.
contact them.
Okay. Good idea. Okay, clerk's report.
The only thing I really have today is a request to go into closed session to discuss, the workers' comp information from an attorney that we received.
So do we want to go through the rest of them? Okay. All right, under communications, we have none. Committee reports.
Real quick, was at the district health meeting the other week, and one of the things I noticed is our ambulance coordinator, or they, in their presentation, Scott Rice, completed the Rural Health EMS Leadership School. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but he completed it along with another one from Iosco County, so congratulations to Scott. He's here. Missy, I asked you a question the other day about how much our storage cost down there, and because nobody asked the meeting, I thought I'd bring that up a little bit. I believe you told me it was like $800 for that storage,
Just over it, yes.
just over that, which I think is a pretty good deal for storage like that. I also attended the U.S. Forest Service meeting, and I think they'll probably have more comment about that one, maybe. Okay, that's it.
Okay, under EDC, there's a couple things. One, the project that we approved to on the fisheries in Harrisville. Yeah, it was a survey that we're gonna help split the cost, and that we've been reported that project has been put on hold. So we won't have any money coming out of there for that. Also, under our EDC, we approved the 49,500 for our coordinator, for our broadband coordinator. That will not come in as one bill. They will just bill us monthly on hours that they put in the month prior. So I explained that to Cheryl so she can knows what's going on there. And also just a little bit of a broadband update. We had an EDC Zoom phone call 3 days ago. Myself and Doug Cheek were on it, along with Tom and Ruth Ann from Prescott Electric and Gas, Tom Stevenson from Connect Nation, Donovan, who was the engineer that helped map our whole county, and Terry, who was our new coordinator for broadband. And basically, it was just starting the process of getting this whole thing going. I can tell you that the state, it's called the Robin Fund, has 235 million for broadband in the state of Michigan. That is application process is due to be started on December the 15th. That's what this meeting is all about, is to get everything going so they can get the applications in to apply for grants for this. I can tell you that Prescott Electric Gas is starting the process, working with consumers and starting in order to apply for this grant. They're going to have mapping, how they're going to run. There's quite a few things that's going to be taking place in the next 45 days. But everybody was real positive, and things are moving forward. It's just a matter of seeing how it goes for this.
You know, is there any, MAC put out something in the last week or so regarding the mapping for broadband?
Yeah, well, we're already mapped. That's one thing that we're way ahead of.
That changes or
Yeah, and these guys are on that too.
they're okay.
Yeah, they're really on top of all, and that's one of the reasons we hired this is for them to really get on top of all these grants. They're coming up. There's just tons of money coming up and available, and these guys are gonna be after it. And we, as Alcona County, having done our mapping a year ago, are way ahead of a lot of these counties. A lot of these counties, like Iosco, they've hired a coordinator and all that, but they have no mapping done in their county. They have to have that mapping done before they can apply for these grants. So Alcona is way ahead of that. So it started, just nothing more to report than that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Bill.
Well, as Terry said, we met with the U.S. Forest Department. In our permit, it says every October, we're going to have a meeting amongst the two of us, the two groups. We reported about the Dave's been working on a back door on the entryway into the building. And there was a discussion on the roof on the storage unit, which stored a lot of the trailers that we use for emergency, and sheriff department has their vehicles for winter stored in there. It leaked before. We've got a temporary tarp on it. It just moved the leak further down. The quote was about $15,000. I'm going to take that to the committee to see if it's something that could be used from the ARPA money that was designated for 2023 as a part of the lost funds. That if we could put a project like we did in Rope here under that. So really, it's ARPA funds, but it's coming from the lost funds section, and see what the ARPA people think about it. They're also going to give us an update on a purchase price of the property, because every so many months they got to redo it. And that hasn't come yet. Road commission, library's been pretty quiet. ACCOA, I've given out a little flyer that they created, tells how many hours of service and how many food meals they put out. It's rather inclusive of different things. We're also taking their contract for 2023, and I've given it to Michael to update the dates for that. He's been busy, but he's got it on his computer, so he'll do the changes to the dates, and we'll get them rolling, so we're not as far back as we were last year. And that's, I think.
Okay, Carolyn.
We will be having a new executive director for 211 Northeast Michigan 211. We're losing Sarah Kyle to the state organization. We're very happy for her, but it's going to be a loss to the regional. The new interim executive director will be Nick Gorick. And she's very well qualified and will certainly be one of the individuals that applies for the regular full-time executive director position. We expect to be very possibly will end up being higher. Been busy with FLIB a little bit. We're beginning to work on an audit for FLIB. And also I was at the 211 meeting, things are running pretty smoothly there. No big hiccups or anything from 211. I'm sorry, for 111.
Okay, nothing else? Okay, we'll move on to public comment. 5 minutes per person, please identify yourself.
Can I just restate my?
Yep.
My wonderful deputy brought me down. We received $205,891.71. And we will receive that same amount next year for the revenue sharing loss. I said over 204,000. So it was actually 205,891.71, and we'll receive that same amount next year.
That's that grant that you won though.
Yep.
Good, thank you very much. All right, public comment, anybody have anything? Anybody online? Nope. Great. Okay, then I guess we'll move into closed session. Oh, yeah, we'll
Make a
recess.
Motion, oh, wait,
No, make a motion to recess.
Yeah,
We need a motion to recess.
No.
No, recess for 5 minutes, then we're gonna move into closed session. Thank you, everybody, for coming. That's quick. No, I didn't.
And we can today.
And if that happens, will be reappointed or you? We're going to. Oh, wait, you gotta hear.
Now you're good.
Okay, we need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed sessions to discuss union and workman's comp.
Motion on the floor, second, all in favor?
Needs a roll call.
We need roll call on that?
Yeah.
Need a
Okay, roll call,
Gothier,
yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
website.
Oh, well.
I make a motion, we go back into open session.
Second. Okay, we have a motion on the floor, seconded, roll call, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Brumman. Here. Gothier.
Yes. Okay, who wants to- I'll make a motion that advice of our attorney, we approve the workers' comp settlement. We have a motion on the floor and seconded. So we do roll call?
Yeah.
Do roll call, please.
Small,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes,
Gothier.
Yes.
and a motion to move forward with, to settle the agreements with the 214 pertaining to insurance.
I'll second, but I was gonna wait. Carol was going to- I was gonna let her.
Yeah, we have a motion.
But she has that look, hold on, she has that look on her face.
Discussion?
She's up there.
So maybe to indicate to proceed with the contract as written.
And proceed.
Okay, and proceed with the contract that's written, settled agreement and proceed with
Grievance.
agreements.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor and second.
Well, we probably should say proceed with the contract as written for 2023 and 2024.
Yeah, amend
We're
that.
not doing 2022.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Amend
the
that motion.
23 and 24. We'll get it out. Would you repeat it back so we know what we're voting on?
Yeah, just 1 second. So motion to move forward and settle the 214 grievance for 2023 and 2024 and accept the contract as written.
So
So
proceed with the contract.
Proceed.
We've already.
proceed with the contract.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, seconded, roll call, please.
Brumman,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes,
Anybody have anything else?
I would just like to suggest that, we let Trina do the minutes for this closed session, so that they can get into it, and we hang around. So we can just initial them, and she can get them in the envelope.
Yeah. you can-
Okay,
that's the way.
Yeah.
That's the legal way.
Type of real quick.
I think,
Huh?
I think.
Yeah, that's the right,
Handwrite
correct.
it or type them, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's the correct way to do it. So we
Okay.
can sign with it, exactly right.
Okay,
Anybody else?
You want these back?
Yeah, anybody? Oh,
yes, please.
motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
Okay, I guess I made the motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Well, thank you. Mute that way.